This video demonstrates how to find articles in the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. But please understand, you can use this process to find articles in other journals as well. There are several ways to complete this task. We will look at 3 ways to do so. Go straight to the journal at the publisher site, which is Wiley. Go to the journal at PubMed Central, or search in a database that indexes the journal, such as ProQuest, ABI Inform, or PsycInfo. Each option has volumes from different years and different access parameters, which I will address. First, let's go straight to the journal at the publisher site. On the library homepage, find Journal Finder. Where it says Journal Title Begins With, type the title of the journal into the search box. Then click the search button. Journal Finder does several tasks. It checks to see if the library has a subscription to the journal. It says we do from 1997 through 2019. It looks to see if we have access to the journal in any of the library databases. It says we do at ProQuest from 2005 through 2015. It looks to see if it is freely available online. It says it is. Independent publication, 1968 to 2012. It checks to see if the library has any print hard copy volumes of it on the library shelves. It says we do. It checks to see if it is available from a service called Get It Now. It says it is available for all of 2020 up to present. And it usually gives you a link to Interlibrary Loan, just in case it does not find it anywhere else. Note that Get It Now and Interlibrary Loan are only relevant if we cannot find an article in one of the other ways. Also, you cannot use Get It Now and Interlibrary Loan to order an entire issue. It only works with individual articles. Also note that one way or the other, you can obtain articles from 1968 to present day, but none of these options has the full text of all of the articles. Clicking on the publisher link at Wiley brings us to the journal homepage. I will note here that we lost our subscription as of January 1st, 2020. The reason for this was the publisher practices regarding pricing with their journals. The problem ended up with Western no longer having current subscriptions to any journals published at Wiley. You can browse through each issue. I click on volume 53 and I notice we have full access to issue 1, but not to issues 2 through 4, as that is when we lost our access. Keep in mind when browsing the issues, we do not have access to articles at the publisher site that were published before 1997 or after 2019. You could use the search box at the top of the page to search for articles, but the Wiley search functionality is not that great, and there is a better way to search by using one of the library databases that indexes the journal. I will demonstrate. Next, I'll click on the ProQuest link. You will see it indexes the journal from 1993 to present, and it has the full text for 2005 to 2015. You could search here, and if you find an article from 2005 to 2015, you'll have the full text. If the article is from 1993 to 2004, or from 2016 to present day, ProQuest will provide a record for each article, but not the actual article. And it will give you a link to Journal Finder, which in turn brings you to the options I am discussing in this video. For articles before 1997, click on the Independent Publication link. This brings you to PubMed Central, where you will have free access to all issues there. You can browse the issues, or you can use the PubMed Central search interface. Advanced search works best. For articles after 2019, you need to use Get It Now or Interlibrary Loan. Get It Now usually provides articles the same day, often within a few hours. Get It Now works with the publisher directly. Interlibrary Loan takes longer. It could take a couple of days, it could take up to a week. Interlibrary Loan involves acquiring the article from another library. In either case, you do not get charged for the article. The library pays a fee to obtain it. It costs the library more when we use Get It Now, so we encourage the use of Interlibrary Loan whenever possible. The best way to find articles in the journal is to use a database that indexes all or most of the journal. One such database is PsycInfo. So let's see how that works. On the library homepage, click on the Databases A to Z link. On the next page, click on the Subjects drop-down menu and scroll to Education and Educational Psychology. In the list of best bets, click on PsycInfo. This is the PsycInfo homepage. EBSCO is the publisher vendor. We subscribe to about 40 different EBSCO databases. PsycInfo indexes about 2,500 journals, with the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis one of them. When we type in search terms, it looks through every issue of those 2,500 journals that are indexed there. It does not contain the full text for all of those journals, but it has enough information so that you can decide if you want to get the article elsewhere. Click on Advanced Search for greater functionality. There are many features we could explore here, but our main task is to find articles in the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. I do want to have an example, so I'll search for articles involving hearing in children. Also, I will make one change to the default settings. There is a box named Limit to Full Text. This means only show results for which it can provide the actual text of an article. I will leave it checked initially. I click on Search, and there are almost 9,000 articles. Note under the Limiters heading on the left side of the page, there is a phrase Limit to Full Text. I am going to click the little X next to that to get rid of that limit. Now there are over 22,000 results. Next, I am going to see if any of these articles are in the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. I enter the journal name in the third box, and from the Select a Field menu, I scroll down to Publication Name. Then I click Search. There are 23 articles. I scroll down the page, and in the left-hand column there is a heading titled Limit by Publication. The first item says Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis, so I check that box. So, you can search in Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis for whatever search terms or topics you need in this manner. PsycInfo has additional search tools that make this a better tool for most activities. Next, I am going to take out my two search terms and just search for all articles in the journal. Initial results says 3,589 articles. Again, I go to Limit by Publication and check the box for the journal. So I see there are 3,495. If I click on the Relevance link, I can order Date Newest or Date Oldest. Date Oldest gives us an article in Volume 1, Issue 1, 1968, when it was first published. Date Newest gives us articles without a date, probably published online but not yet in an issue. I'll click on the first record. The record shows it was published February 23, 2021. You will note there are no PDFs for any of these articles. Instead, there is a link to Journal Finder. Using this first article as an example, I click Journal Finder. Journal Finder gives me options I mentioned earlier. Since this was published in 2021, recall my only options are to use Get It Now or Interlibrary Loan. PsycInfo does not contain PDFs of articles for the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. For the article from 1968, I would have used Journal Finder, and then I would have selected the Independent Publication option and located the article in PubMed Central. That's a look at how to find articles in the Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis. If you have any questions or feedback, contact me, Tom Schmiedel, or any other librarian. Go to the library homepage. Under Get Help, click on Research Consultations. Scroll down for our contact info. And have a good day.